Very proud of the relationship that we have with the military. As you know, we're part of a joint base, Langley Eustis, and I thought it was very good for us to have a person to come and talk about the role of Fort Eustis and what it is with the city and how we value that relationship. Colonel Walkowitz has decided that she would come and do that for us, and we're very grateful. We meet on a regular basis to see things that we can do to make it easier for them and us, shared services and things like that. Colonel Walkowitz, if you would.
All right, good meeting, everyone. Can everyone hear me if I don't stand behind the mic? All right, figured.
There's one right there for you.
Oh, that's perfect, thank you. Hey, so Mr. Mayor, thank you, first of all, for allowing me to come in and join you today. So as Newport News talks about telling their story, what I'm here to do is represent the part that Fort Eustis plays in the Newport News story. Because while we're part of a joint base Langley Eustis, Fort Eustis is proud to call Newport News home. So so I understand who's in the audience, how many of you have ever been on Fort Eustis? Wow, that's wonderful. How many of you are veterans or military family members or affiliated with the military in some way? That's great, thank you. So for the veterans in the audience right now, a early Happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service. So what is Fort Eustis? I'm going to talk real briefly, but more importantly, I want to be here so we can take your questions if you have them. And today I'm actually joined by my Command Sergeant Major, Eric Vidal. Where are you, Sergeant Major? Over there in the back. And then what I would call probably my Director of Parks and Recreation, the equivalent, Ms. Donna Fonz, who's also in the very back row there. So we are willing to take your questions. So who are we? Where we are a military installation that has called Newport News home for the last 100 years. In fact, this year was our 100th anniversary of being part of this community, and it's a great opportunity to be part of the Newport News family. We have 20,000 military members, family members, and civilians who live, work, or play on Fort Eustis on a daily basis. Most likely they're your neighbors. If they're not living on Fort Eustis, they're probably living down the street, living right next to you. So that's a large population. But what I really want to share with you is what we can be for you all. For those of you who've been on Fort Eustis, you may know. But once you gain access to our installation, we have a lot of facilities that are open for all of you to use on a daily basis. We have an aquatics facility, we have golf course, we have bowling, we have a club that hosts weddings, can do catered events. We have a lot of resources out there that we want to encourage you to come, stop by, and check out. And gaining entry onto Fort Eustis is not as intimidating as some people think it is. It really isn't. If you have a driver's license, your car is in good order, you have a reason to be there, we can get you onto the installation. I know some people get a little fearful or the intimidation of a military base, but don't let that stop you. Again, we have a myriad of organizations on our base, and I'll give you just a quick rundown of some of the things you might see if you come on to Fort Eustis. We have a 4-star headquarters, a training and doctrine command, which does kind of the architect of the Army, does the training and the development of the future Army for the Army. We trained every rotary wing helicopter mechanic in the Army at Fort Eustis. We train every maritime soldier, sailor, or even some of our civilian maritimers on Fort Eustis, because we have a port right there on Fort Eustis. We have a railroad, so we do railroad operations on Fort Eustis. It's a very eclectic group of individuals that call Fort Eustis home, and we want you to come out and experience that with us. So we will be here to field your questions. Mr. Mayor, again, thank you for that, and I will turn it back to you.
Thank you, ma'am.